Hi everyone, what is up? I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. I just finished filming a video and I thought why not make another video because I still have like a lot of energy and Johnny is like still studying, so I have no one to talk to. So the reason why I wanted to create this video is because there are things in life that I wish other people would experience. And overall, I am just really glad that I was a 90s baby. Though sometimes in the back of my head, like, there's so many things that you can do with the technology today and all of that. There's so many advantages and you don't have to, get into that small hole to make it in life. I feel like with technology these days, there's so much convenience. I mean, pretty much that's the reason for like having technology, right? So anyway, this is going to be like not really in order. I just wrote it like in my notepad, my electronic notepad. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm turning into like a millennial right now. But anyway, here are the reasons why I am glad to be a 90s baby. So first, when I was younger and cell phone was not a thing, way before technology, I felt like I appreciate the world. It's not like today. Every time I go somewhere, I don't know why I have to take like a selfie or like I'm always all over my phone, checking my Instagram, watching drama and all of that jazz. It's like I literally woke up one day and I was like, dang, why am I doing this? Like, we only live once and I would spend, 8 hours a day on my phone. It's crazy, right? I can remember back in the day, I felt like I had so much time. I feel like in a day, I was able to do a lot of things. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I play with people, I talk with people, do like a bunch of things and, just appreciate the sunset and, watching the stars, looking at the stars, bonding with my grandma and all of that. But now I feel like I'm always on my phone and I don't know what's going on. And then I can remember that I enjoy the feeling of just taking my time through the day, waking up and not rushing to look over whatever, like YouTube or, any social media. And I've actually tried it once, again last week. I think I did that like 3 days in a row or something. I would literally, before I go to bed, I would literally put my phone in my drawer and all of my electronics, I literally packed them up, even my DSLR. I packed it up and put it away for a while. And around that time, I was like, wow. I woke up and again, like I felt I had so much time. So everything that I'm saying right now, it might seem, very similar to one another, but in short, I feel like I had so much time. I'm very aware of what's like happening. I'm enjoying every moment. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm enjoying every moment. Remember back in the day when magazines are like such a thing? So when I was living in the Philippines, I would always buy 17, Cosmopolitan, Candy magazine, and I literally like, celebrities back then were usually like the cover girls when they were young in Candy magazine and all of that. The Stardom back then is like different. Imagine like around Beyonce's time or Britney Spears' time. Being famous is such hard work. Now you can just show your titties on Instagram and then you're gonna get like a lot of views, you know what I mean? Or you can just stream using your sandos and all of that, and I feel like you're gonna get like a lot of viewers, which is insane. So I can totally get the reason why some professional gamers are like getting upset over, some people just using, I don't know what to call it. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm gonna shut up now. So then I also had the pleasure of having an actual notebook. Now some people still use a notebook, but I know for a fact that a lot of people now use laptops in school and they just type it there. Like I get it, convenient, but I feel like it's so much fun when you use like an actual notebook and use different types and colors of like gel pens. My favorite brand of a gel pen is Dong A. I would usually buy them in a set in National Bookstore, and it's just so much fun. And I would always tell my classmate like, hey, pagandahan ng sulat. It means, do you wanna, it's like I'm challenging this person to have like the better penmanship or something like that. I love that. Like, okay, who has like the best writing ever or something like that. It was so much fun. Like, I love it. And I do hope that, like, I get it, like, laptops gives so much convenience to people, but there's nothing like the feeling of like the teacher writing on a blackboard or whiteboard and you're all there like copying it. I feel like it makes you even smarter when you do that, because I can remember me writing notes. It's like I'm double or triple reading it, which is fun. Is that fun or no? Another thing that I have truly enjoyed back in the day is letters, like an actual letter. So I know that it still exists, but right now it's usually like, of course, emails, you know, it makes the connection like in a second. But having that feeling of receiving a letter on the mail and you actually opening it and you like read it with a really cute colored stationery is just so satisfying. Believe it or not, I still kept all of the letters from friends that I have received. You know, they use stationeries, like really cool ones. I still have all of them. Gel pens and stationeries are my thing back in the day. I love it. I complete them, and every time I have like a stationery, I love them so much that sometimes I don't even want to write with them. So I still have all of my letters from my classmates back then. I stored it all in a bin that I asked my mom if she can buy me that bin for my letters, and she said yeah. I can remember that was like in South Mall, and yeah, I still have that bin, and that has been with me for almost 10 years, 11 years or something, more than that actually. I wish I have it here with me so I can pick one up and read it for you guys. I'm gonna ask my mom to bring it when she visits me here, okay? And then because we don't have like a lot of technology back then, remember when we used to play with the shadows? Like, I'm not like very like an expert with it, but like I had fun like doing that, and like the dog and the sheep and like the snake. The snake is very basic, like that. Is that you know, it's fun. Like playing with shadows is really fun. I can remember growing up playing with the shadows, my own shadow, you know, having like this little show with my brother, like making spiders with a shadow, and playing with chalk outside. Chalk is really fun too for me. I don't know if people still do that. Maybe some kids do, but this is the thing. Back then, the crime rate is not really that high. You know, when you watch movies back in the day, they would go home or do a sleepover with their friends, walking outside, riding a bike outside, you know. I watched this film, I forgot the title, but they were like strolling around like in the middle of the night, and I was like, I told Johnny like, dang, we can't do that anymore, huh? If this is around that time, it's crazy, it's insane. I don't even know what's gonna happen to her, but like, it's sad that it's not as safe as it used to be back then. I don't know what's going on with the world, but you know, I just hope and pray for peace, that's all. Because it's really scary. And even in broad daylight, you know, pedophiles are so scary. That's why like I tell my cousins like I know you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, but sometimes I'm scared for them because they're like gorgeous and sexy for sometimes like for their age, but for them it doesn't have any malice. But I'm very protective of my family though, so that's why sometimes like I tell them to like, hey, you know. Another thing that I truly love back then is that I feel like I don't need any approval of anybody, and I felt like I have more privacy. Now, even though some of my social media, you know, accounts the personal accounts that I have, even though they are like personal, I hate the fact that they would try their best to just stalk, pretty much, to like stalk whatever I'm doing, where have I been, which is weird because I don't even turn on my notification, like my location, not notifications, like my locations and all of that. It's not like, then why would you create a Facebook? Like, hello, for family, friends. But there is just some people that you just wanted to accept their friend request because you're being nice. But I just hate the fact that some people just wanted to, they really love some tea. I don't know why. Maybe that's really interesting. Again, like, I feel like my life is boring, but a lot of people would really, like, really dig into it. But yeah, I feel like all of us back then, we do have privacy. Honestly, these days, I'm like literally careful for whatever I'm sharing online. Because if you're failing in life, people don't like it. If you're successful, some people secretly don't like that. And that's just how the way it is right now. It's just so toxic. You know, back then I would give like life update videos and all of that, and right now I really don't feel like doing that anymore because the last life update video that I had, I really did not end up liking the fact that one of my family's friends reached out to a family member of mine, and like, I get it, like I mention it on my YouTube channel. If I share something, don't reach out to any of my family members and try to like open it up, discuss it. Like, I'm fine. I'm completely fine. I'm literally fine right now. Yeah. Also, I remember when I was younger, I would used to buy these lyrics booklet. And it was fun because in that booklet, in that music book, there are like chords for the guitar so you can teach yourself how to do it, which is really fun. So I do buy that, and sometimes I buy my friends like music book, like the lyrics book. So in that lyrics book, I don't know if that was a thing for you guys, but in the Philippines it was. When you buy that lyrics book, it's more of like the songs that have lyrics in it. Wow, an amazing explanation, but it's pretty much likely that. I think it's fun to sing and to know the actual lyrics and not invent it myself, because back then when we were singing, my sisters are like petty. I was like, can you repeat that? What is that again? Where do you get your lyrics? But yeah, I did enjoy buying, you know, music or lyrics booklet. I think it was fun. Of course, right now, I think they stopped making that because, again, with a single click in a second, you can, you know, get it. I wish I have. I wish I still have one of those. I think it's fun. I think, I wish I kept one so I can show it to you guys. But yeah. Another thing that I feel like it's cool being born in the 90s or even in the 60s is because you were able to experience like the whole evolution of like technology. I can remember when I was young, everything was like black and white. There was a trend back in the day. I saw my dad, he has like a huge phone in his bag. When he was just starting out as a lawyer, he would, you know, he would need something like that. It's like a personal cell phone, but it's like ginormous. It was literally ginormous. You would laugh if you see it. And then it got smaller, and then it got smaller and smaller and smaller. It's still black and white, and it started to have a screen. And then there was like pagers before. I can remember my mom would always tell me like, can you page your dad? So I would call an operator and tell the operator like, the operator will say what message you are going to say. So I would always say that, Dad, where are you? Call home ASAP. That's it. Like all the time. Where are you? Call home ASAP. And then my dad would call and mom and him are gonna talk and all of that. So it's fun. And another thing that I remember aside from pagers is that, again, like the cell phones started to be like tiny, started to have a screen, still black and white. And then it went back to being big a little bit. Nokia 36, something like that. The one that looks like a remote. I can remember when I was young, I would always like hope and pray, like I wish I have a phone like this. But growing up with so many siblings, it was not really, you can't just buy one person like a phone, you know, you have to buy everybody. Otherwise, the other one is gonna be like all dramatic. That was like me. One time they went out, my 3 sisters and my dad, they went out, like they bought like signature bags and they didn't even like consider me, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you guys didn't buy me one. And it was like all dramatic all the time, but anyway, I was childish, so yeah. So yeah, the cell phones got big. It started to have colors, and then in the Philippines you have to buy like a card, a prepaid card, for you to call somebody. And I think that when you buy like 100, you can't make calls. And then it was really expensive. You are paying per text, and it was really expensive. And then after that, so telecom companies invented unlimited text, and then unlimited calls, and then so on and so forth. So having a line in the Philippines is not really a thing. I don't know if it's a thing now, but what's fun in the Philippines is that you can just buy a SIM card, and if somebody is stalking you, you can just throw that SIM card away. I know you can block people, but some people are just really annoying. Even if you block them, they can just easily buy like another SIM card and then text you. So the best way for you to avoid your crazy ex is for you to buy a new SIM card. I don't know if there's any other workaway around right now, but yeah. So yeah, I remember having the experience of like seeing the growth of like the evolution of like mobile phones, and then before it was just dial up, and only if somebody's using the internet, I think you can't use the phone or something like that. And I can still remember using that manual typewriter, the one that has like a ribbon ink. Click, 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 click. It was really noisy. So it's fun experiencing those things, and I'm very grateful that I have experienced those. And I can remember still using a camera that has like a film, and all of the photos that I have captured are like blurred. I can remember one time, and buying a film is like expensive too. And I wasted the film capturing, you know, like toys, and they were like 100% blurred. Like, I don't know why I did that, but like I had a dream when I was younger too that I wanted to be a photographer, but I'm not gonna say like it didn't happen, because I still have time, you know, to study photography, and I think it's really interesting. But instead I did something else. And then lastly, most of all, this is like probably like my all-time favorite thing that I am grateful that I have experienced way back then, is that if you are going to meet up with someone or whatever, or like do something, you just have to have faith to that person. Like for example, you're going out. Okay, meet me at this like 5 p.m. You really have to be there 5 p.m. Otherwise, like, oh my gosh, you didn't show up. I don't want to be your, you know. You don't remember that? Like, okay, after school, me and I, we're gonna go there to your house at what time? We're gonna tell you what time. So it's fun, because cell phones were like not a thing back then. They were a thing, but like I was too young to have them. It started to like be a thing. I don't know if I make any sense, but like I can remember me and my classmates, we would talk like, okay, we're gonna go home first, and then after that, we're gonna meet in our turon spot. So I have classmates, Rachel and Michelle. I don't know if they're watching my YouTube channel. I don't even know if they know I have a YouTube channel. Every after class, we would meet up in the afternoon. They're gonna go home first and change, and then we're gonna meet in our spot, and we're gonna go in our 3rd floor and just eat our snacks there and just talk about life. And it was just so fun. It's just, those are like very precious moments. And like, I can remember playing billiards with them before, because Michelle has like an uncle that owns like a billiard table, and we would go there and we would play darts and all that. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I just want to sit here and chit chat with you guys, like the things that I appreciate being born in the 90s. Like I pretty much like, I feel like my mom, whoever is watching this like around 50 plus years old, I think you guys have the best experience in life, because you guys literally see, you know, the evolution of everything. And there are like, I must admit that, you know, technology, it really does have its advantages, but I feel like the time like you kind of like abuse the technology, that's the only time that we find it a little bit I don't know. I don't know how to explain. That's pretty much it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'm so sorry if this video is like all over the place. But I just want to sit around here and talk to you guys because I just really wanted to talk to someone. So before I end this video, if there was one thing that I'm really thankful about technology is that it led me to you guys. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.